still gotta represent my roots, man. You know, gotta represent my roots, man.
Before Pitbull would collaborate with many an artist including Ricky Martin, Shakira, Marc Anthony, Enrique Inglesis, Jennifer Lopez, Kesha and Eminem. Before Pitbull tracks like I Know You Want Me, Timber, International Love and Fireball would have people around the world jamming out to his music, Dale. Before Pitbull would sell more than 5 million albums and 40 million singles worldwide, becoming a Spanish icon. Before he would have over 22 million Twitter followers, 4.5 Instagram followers, and get his own star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Pitbull would write the anthem for the 2014 FIFA World Cup and host the American Music Awards, where he showed the world a few new dance moves. Mr. 305 would get sued by Lindsay Lohan for using her name in a song, before he would be accused of plagiarism by several artists and would be filmed punching a fan in one of his shows. Pitbull was raised in Miami in the neighborhood known as Little Havana. Yeah, there was a lot of Cubans there. His parents taught him the power of words when he was young, and he recalls his first form of performance was when he was reciting Cuban poetry at a bar in front of his father and his friends. He grew up in a rough and tough area and witnessed many a dogfight. He would relate to the hunger and the hustle of the dogs to be a similar drive to his own ambition to make it big in music. So from there he adopted the moniker of Pitbull.
One thing about the Pitbull, it fights to the death. You know, it doesn't understand the word lose. It's not a part of its vocabulary, let's say, no?
After dabbling in drug dealing and witnessing a buyer nearly die off his product, Pitbull decided that his passion for music and performance was his best ticket to make a name for himself. Following high school, he quickly became a local legend in Miami and adopted the city's area code as an alias, introducing himself as Mr. 305. But the dude was determined for more and wanted to become Mr. Worldwide. What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the life of Pitbull prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, you guys have requested this video many a time, because this guy's turned his life from negative to positive. It's a fantastic story, so here we go, and as always, be sure to let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next. Dale! Pitbull was born Armando Christian Perez on February 15, 1981 in Miami. The son of Cuban immigrants Alicia Acosta and Armando Perez. He has 3 sisters and a brother, although they were raised by different families. His neighborhood was home to a large population of Cubans in a place known as Little Havana, or as Pitbull calls it,
La Pequeña Habana, Little Havana.
His parents made it their mission to teach young Armando all about his Cuban heritage and the importance of language and words, making him proclaim poems from the famous Cuban thinker Jose Marti at a very young age.
So when I was up there and I would say a poem about freedom, about fighting, about our country, you know, they would all go crazy.
His father worked for a Miami marina, but later got involved heavily in drug trafficking, which resulted in his parents getting divorced. His mother was a fan of motivational speaker Tony Robbins, and his lessons that there's no such thing as impossible would be a message that she would rub off on her young boy. His aunt and grandmother would also play a strong role in his upbringing. Despite all this guidance, young Armando got mixed up with street life and even got caught one day by his father for doing something seriously shady.
And one day he seen me doing something under a car, and he pulled me to the side and he said, "Hey, come here." I was taping pistols to the bottom of the car.
Okay.
When his mother found out that he was dealing drugs, she kicked him out of her home, and from there he would spend some time moving around, including a short stay with a foster family in Roswell, Georgia.
Pitbull, what about you in school? What kind of student?
I was already touring schools in 5th grade.
Around the time when he was 17, there was an incident while he was dealing drugs that he decided to lace his product with something that almost killed the buyer. The realization of what he had done was a turning point for young Armando.
And I almost killed that person over $20.
He decided to get his life back on the straight and narrow and found a passion for basketball, which for the most part kept him out of trouble. Outside of sports, Pitbull had also developed a deep love for music. The Miami bass, a popular genre from the 90s, is one of his faves, but he also looked up to the likes of Nas, Notorious B.I.G., Luther Campbell, Big Pun, as well as Spanish artists like Celia Cruz and Willie Chirino. He moved back to Miami, where he attended South Miami Senior High School and would graduate from Miami Coral Park High. It was while in high school that he began to take rapping and performance seriously. He would put on a show sporadically, sometimes multiple times a day, and hundreds of his peers would gather around to watch and listen. Pitbull recalls one of his teachers, Hope Martinez, to be one person besides his mother who told him that he had talent and would encourage him to pursue a career in the music industry.
It was so special to have somebody really say, "Hey,
all I want from you is when you win an award one day, just mention my name and say thank you.
Standing at 5'7", Pitbull knew that a future as a basketball player was out of the question. The street hustle no longer appealed to him, so from there his future was dependent on him making it as a rapper, or a singer, or a dancer. Just an all-around performer. That's what he is. He's a good host.
I come with the flow that you never heard. Like an STD, I burn a bitch. Itchy ass figure that I burn a clip. I'm new to the game, but I'm learning quick.
His first big break as a performer would be on the Miami mixtapes. Then at the age of 20, he would collaborate with one of his idols, Luther Campbell, on the album Something Nasty. Later in 2002, he would appear alongside Little Jon and East Side Boys on the album Kings of Crunk. In 2003, his song Oh Yeah was part of the Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack. Then in 2004, he would release his debut album MIA, Miami, or Money is a Major Issue, and his single Culo, which means ass or booty in Spanish. Well, that one featured Little Jon. Everyone's grinded to that song once or twice, even mama boy Irish dancing fools like me. In 2006, his album titled El Mariel would be released, featuring musicians such as Shakira, Wyclef Jean, and Fat Joe, spawning 4 singles: Bojangles, Ay Chico, Dime, and Be Quiet. The last 2 were in the form of a remix. He would conquer Europe with his 2007 album, The Boat Lift, particularly France, Spain, and Switzerland, which would generate other singles like Secret Admirer, Go Girl, and Sticky Icky. It was official, Mr. 305 had become Mr. Worldwide. In 2009, his album, Revolution, was absolutely everywhere, reaching the number 2 in the Billboard Hot List, and top 10 in several European countries. In 2010, Armando became his first album with almost every song in Spanish. Still, his most successful album would be released in 2011 under the name Planet Pit, and his 2 singles, Hey Baby, Drop It to the Floor, and Give Me Everything, well, that one reached number 1 on the Billboard magazine and the UK top charts. As a bonus, he composed the song Back in Time for the Men in Black 3 film, which I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was better than Will Smith's original Men in Black song, and that was really fantastic. Dale! The rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Michael McCrudden and we do all sorts of celebrity bios on here. I can't believe it's taken us this long to do Pitbull. I mean, he is Mr. Worldwide. Dale! I really should stop doing that. Now, if you're a fan of Spanish artists, we have a channel dedicated to that. It's called ES Michael McCrudden, and we do singers, actors, dancers, rappers, anyone, you know, that speaks Spanish. They come from the Dominican, they come from Mexico, they come from Spain, and Colombia, a bunch of places. So be sure to check out that channel. As always, let us know in the comments down below who you want us to document next. I'll see you guys in another video.
How does a guy who looks like that get a girl back to his room at the Holiday Inn? Free continental breakfast? This is jacuzzi.